time to go through the stockpile, guys. I'm not going through the freezer stockpile, I am just checking out the pantry stockpile. Going to be checking the dates, going to see what we got, because you know, January's coming up and that's a long old month. I know it might sound weird that I'm talking about January when we haven't even had Christmas yet, but that's just how my mind works. Yes, I'm focused on Christmas, but I also think ahead. I have to think ahead and make sure that we are set, the stockpile's set, and I know that January's going to be a long month, and it just eases my mind to have this sorted. Here we go. I've got everything out of what I call my pantry stockpile. Like I said, I've got a freezer stockpile, but we are not going through that today. We're going to have a little look of what we've got here. So I'm going to have a look at the dates on everything, and I'm going to group it together like for like to an extent. I also got these out of the cupboard, they were at the back. I'm going to need these soon, so I don't want them stuck in the back of the cupboard when I put everything back in. Right. In date. I thought I had more beans than that, but I have been using them. I have been dipping into this, and lately I haven't been focusing on this. I've been focusing on my Christmas stockpile, but we'll see what we got. I'm going to need to use these up in January, so I'm going to put these back at the front so I remember that they need to be used up after Christmas. I get paid the last Friday of the month. My husband gets paid full weekly, so my wages in December, my company will bring them just before Christmas, which means from my December pay to my January pay is about 6 weeks. So yeah, it's a long old month, and this stockpile might come in very handy because we all know January is a tight month regardless. Well, it is for us. So these need using up as well. January 26th. They can go to the front of the stockpile, and this is why we do this, otherwise they'd be sat at the back and I'd have no idea. Whenever I do a video on my stockpile, I always get asked, what are you stockpiling for, the end of the world? No, just financial emergencies, weather emergencies, you know, things that can come up, crop up. We've had 2020, we all know what happened there, and it's nice to have a little bit of food security, especially in a cost of living crisis. It is definitely a good idea to have a stockpile. I've sorted everything out. These and these need to be used first. Everything else is okay until about the middle of June next year. Most of it's like 2028, but there are some bits that need to be used by June. So, still got the soups, we've got 2 juices, carbonara, fried bentos pie, corned beef's okay until 2030, chili con carne, hot dogs. Got a cheese sauce, I didn't even know was in there, forgot about that. Tea bags, some puddingy type bits, got a popcorn, and I think is there 3 bags of popcorn? Yeah, 3 bags in that, and pancake mix, lots of new potatoes, and we've got some veg, lots of tuna, but guess what I've dipped into, and we don't have any pasta. That shocked me. Pasta is something I usually have like an abundance of, so I'm going to be stocking up on some pasta or spaghetti for next week on the next shop. Beans, 6 tins of beans. I normally have more than that, so I might get a couple of them as well, we shall see. Cup of soups, what I call emergency type meals. Noodles. Cereal, I'd like to get some more cereal, but like I said, at the moment I'm focusing on the Christmas stash. But it's good to know that nothing is out of date. I've been keeping up, nothing's out of date, and we will use these up in January. And I know it's not a massive stockpile, but it's going to help, and I have the stuff in the freezer. I have like pies, fish fingers, flipper dippers, some frozen veg. I've got quite a lot of frozen veg in the freezers as well, but I might get a few more like potato based things for the freezer. But I'm quite happy with that. And from January I will try and build it up and not dip into it too much, but if we need to dip into it, it's there. That's what it's for. Next year, I will definitely be topping it up a little bit more. So I'm going to go hard at the stockpile. I can only afford to do a little bit each week because the food bill is priority and that's expensive as it is. I just don't have the funds to pay like £100 to do a stockpile top up. It has to be little and often. It's unrealistic for me to spend that much money on a stockpile, and unrealistic for most people who watch my channel, I suspect. So we will focus on doing little and often stockpile top-ups. I'm going to get this all put away, and yeah, bit of comfort knowing that that's there, and I just want to add a bit of pasta to it. I've also just grabbed out the Santa tray before I put everything back in, because I do not want to pull it all out again in a few weeks. How cute is that? We've had this for the longest time, since my eldest, who's 15, was a baby. That is everything organised and put away. Things that need using at the front. And the wine is still there, guys, and this wine is going to be Christmas gifts for people. So we don't drink wine, but if we're gifted it, we keep it in the cupboard and we re-gift it when a birthday comes up or Christmas. So that's my stockpile sort out, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.